I think I'd like to address the comment that Flat Earth Nation said about making positive claims saying that the moon is its own light. Can you create an experiment? Right. Well,
Okay.
really, you don't. I mean, all your instincts, your default, once again, right? Like inverse square law of light, especially, you can't have these claim distances. First of all, we don't know how far that is, and it's obviously
Yeah.
local because you can see it with your naked freaking eye. We're human beings. If you can see it with your naked eye, it's freaking local, fellers.
Mm,
Sorry to bust your bubbles,
I
but
figured that out a
we're
long time
human
ago.
beings and we have vanishing points. But anyway, it clearly, in my perspective, observation, we can't prove it, but it is a default that, with the luminosities, you could read a book for crying out loud in the middle of the night with the
Right.
luminosities of it. And it's not, it's not spherical because you don't have specular highlights. We don't have nothing to prove that it's even a sphere or physical. I happen to think that we could see through it at times, but I could be wrong. And yeah, he's got videos, good videos of evidence that, claims that you can't see through it, that you just
Yeah.
can't see it optically, which I get that. But, inverse square law of light is my, piece.
Yeah. So with that default position, I want to put it this way: what's reflecting the light off the sun to the Earth or the moon? Sorry, the sunlight. What part of the moon is reflective
Yeah, that
to
gray
that
The
point?
dust.
dusty ball part,
Yeah.
you know, it's, I don't see how it's even that reflective to begin with. And where's all the light traveling to the moon in the middle of the night that's going to send it all the way back to Earth where we could read a book under its light?
Yeah.
No.
How come we,
So
where's all that brightness?
yeah, I think that there are points and places in the sky when it does show the sunlight on it to a point during its phases, but when it's a full moon, I think it's actually illuminating something else. I think it's charged. Like,
It
it
looks
could
to
be an
be
electrical
charged. Yeah,
charge.
it
Yeah,
seems that way. But ultimately, we don't know. I'm not trying to make positive
yeah.
claims here that I can't,
I
prove.
tell you,
But
JJ, we're building a rocket tomorrow. We're heading there. We're gonna
yeah,
find out once
well,
and for all. We'll
cool
put into this.
story.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I'm gonna
yeah.
break out the budget, man. We're doing a
You go.
GoFundMe.
You go first.
All right.
And I wouldn't claim to know what the tides or the moon actually is. That's just ridiculous to anybody that's going to claim that they know for sure is
I never
being
knew what it
fallacious.
was.
But I would imagine it has to do with electromagnetism and electricity because everything in this nature of our world is electric by nature, period, and that could be
Yep.
proven demonstrably. So
Yeah.
I would go with that with my instincts after knowing that, rather than it's I don't know, this, that, or
Oh
the other.
God,
And
Steve.
electricity's dirty little sister, magnetism, goes right along with it.
Oh
Right,
yeah.
so if you wanna do
Well,
any tests or experiments, then you should probably get into electromagnets, magnetism, and
Right.
yeah.
what we can do with pushing water and, these kinds of things, because it's all tied to the electromagnetic
Mhm.
field that we live in.
Yep.
Carl says he's experimented with water and magnets. It doesn't work.
Mm,
Mm.
Carl's got it all figured out.
Well,
What do you say? It
what's
doesn't work. What do you mean?
what kind of magnet did he use? Did he use a neodymium magnet? Because I've seen that actually work. It's a more
Yeah, we've
powerful
seen it.
magnet.
Yeah, we've seen it on the
Yeah.
videos. I haven't done
Water
it
is
personally.
diamagnetic. Everything
I mean,
is.
I used to have to deal with the tides every day. I never, I never looked into. I mean, the what do you call it that everybody keeps talking about is it affects people's
Ah.
period.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was the most
Yeah.
ridiculous thing I ever heard.
Okay.
That
All
is that
right.
why Harmon's always grumpy?
Yeah. So what I'll do, Carl, I'll get it. I have a couple of heavy magnets here. I'll try to do a live demonstration with it. Uh, you have to have a fluid system to work with to begin with, and what they're saying by that is that it moves things around in the fluid system, magnetism. Uh, let's see. I can show you the demonstration, but I don't know if you're going to buy it or not.
Is that the
But
one where they're floating something and the guy's taking the magnet and putting it up
yeah,
against
he's
the
got a
side and it
neodymium
pops
magnet, and
through?
he's pushing water in a
I
tube
I
across
would
the hole.
imagine it's like pulsating. Like if we're in an electromagnetic field, say per se, then there's a field. It's like the ether that they're hiding, and it's uh, circling around constantly, and it's like a heart, dude. It's like a beating, right? Like it's sucking in, it's pouring out, it's
Yeah, it's
alive,
moving.
right? A
Well, it's
system.
like you described it, twisting.
I mean, I'm not making positive claims. I don't know math on the ground at the end of the day, man. None of us do. But it seems more logical. I just try to be logical. That's all.
I
I
have
never.
my lodestone right now in my hand, and I have a bowl of water. I'm letting it settle down from me putting it in there. I'm actually moving it across it, so I'll see if it actually has any kind of effect on the level of the water or it cause any motion in the water. I think Carl's trying to come in. Maybe
Yeah, let him in. That'd be awesome.
I'm waiting. I heard it.
3
beep. I didn't
o'clock.
give him.
I gotta get-
I
I
didn't
gotta
give
get
him.
ready
I
to
didn't
go.
give him a link. So
Gotcha.
yeah, I'm actually getting a ripple effect from the water when I. But I mean, I'm moving it slow enough that it's not causing wind. So a lodestone does have some kind of effect to the surface tension on the water. It's. I'll do a more thorough job. I'll get a neodymium magnet too.
And we
I'll go
know
pick one of
that
those up.
salt water is also like I think it's 10 times more. What is it? Conduct. It's like more of a conduct than fresh water, right?
Yeah.
Well,
So
salinity. Well, the salt.
It's more
Excuse me.
conductive. 10
Yeah,
like
you
10
do
times more
egg- do the
conductive
egg
than fresh
test.
water.
yeah,
the
there are
egg
metals
Yes,
in
sir.
that salt too.
Hinting electric, right? Obviously. And it's like, why wouldn't we entertain that it's obviously affiliated with electricity? Why would we go to some
Right.
la theories, right?
Roger, if you're going to try the experiment, you should try moving magnetic fields in different types of water. Tap water, very salty
Yeah,
water,
absolutely.
distilled water, get some baselines.
Well,
Just
yeah,
go
like
up.
across the board, every body of water on Earth has some kind of minerals, magnetic
Well,
too. I'm
distilled
sure there's metal.
water is clean. It doesn't have anything in it. That's why I included that.
Yeah. Yeah, I got you.
Uh,
So we have controls and across the experiment.
Hey,
So
when
it's
you
all
Right.
say,
water.
We want to know if it's the water or if it's the content in the water. It's kind of like when, people say that you can split water into hydrogen, but they always have to put chemicals in the water, dude. If you want to
Yeah.
impress me, show me that shit with distilled water.
It says it acts as an electrolyte to transfer electrical energy current.
Right,
through
but maybe
the
it's
water.
just a chemical reaction. I mean, if you put baking
Yeah,
soda in
it's-
something, you're going to get a
it's
gas.
Nothing to do with
It's
water.
sodium chloride. Water is not magnetic; it's diamagnetic.
diamagnet.
Okay, I'm gonna start calling you. I'm gonna start calling you guys Pete and Peter. Yeah, they that's their claim to fame. That water that they can't split water into two different parts, hydrogen and oxygen.
Yeah,
They-
if they
they
can
all-
do it with
yeah.
distilled water, then I'll give them the Nobel Prize. But until then, it's
Yeah.
the chemicals.
I mean, how do
Yeah,
you
you got a
prove
no-go?
hydrogen or oxygen in itself? How do you even prove that? And then they're going to tell us there's a mixture of these things. I don't know.
It's
What
the
do you find it?
composition. It's the composition in the water, not
Right,
the
and
water itself. Take out the
The
you know,
content.
You could take the water and run it through a filter and pull everything.
Yeah,
out of it.
that's why he's saying
That's
distilled
what I'm
water.
talking
That's why
about.
Super said
Distilled.
that.
Distilled is the cleanest you can get.
Well, guys, I just swallowed a corn muffin. It went down the wrong
nice.
pipe.
Not supposed to inhale a corn muffin. You're supposed
Well,
to
I was
chew it.
talking while I'm eating. That's the problem. Don't talk while you eat. Don't talk with your
Hey,
mouth full, son.
Super.